Hello, and I'm back again to talk about a movie called Comedy of Horrors. It's an anthology movie. Um, I don't know who, I should have looked up who it's made by. I wasn't really prepared. I just got a new desk and my friend bought me a desk and she is lovely for that. And I just set everything up so now I have a good angle because I wasn't at a good angle previously, so I couldn't record this for a while. It's been a few days since I've last seen the movie, but basically, the movie is comedy of horrors, and it's an anthology story of four stories. And the premise is like the setting from where the stories are being told is there is a teacher in air quotes. I don't have arm recording stuff, so I can't show you the air quotes I'm making with my hands. But there's a teacher that's walked into like a kindergarten classroom with a Necronomicon type book. It's called The Comedy of Horrors. And the first story she tells the kids is a clown story. Excuse me. Sorry about that. She tells a clown story, and I really like this one. This one was my favorite one of the one that was told in the movie. Um, so basically, wait, are my eyes getting crossed when I do this? That's that's funny. So clown story is there's a world of clowns. Everyone's like born with face paint. They go to their jobs. They've all got face paint. They're all clowns. They all wear clown shoes. They squeak when they walk. They use comically large pencils to write. And it's basically I like this setting. I really want more things in this kind of setting of clowns. I really like it. I want like a romance movie with clowns in this world. I want like a drama of this kind of stuff. I want like I want like the illusionist version of this movie, of this setting, like illusionist, but everyone is clowns, and they all have clown objects that are basically their props. I don't know. I just like the idea. So they're in the setting. There's a guy going around. He's a normal, and he once struck back in like '88, and so they're trying to find him, and they catch him and they kill him, and then I don't like the ending of this one because it all goes into like a Western style, like you could be the enemy, I could be the enemy, he could be the enemy, we could all be the enemy. So let's kill each other now. You know that animation, Backwater Gospel? It basically turns into that at like the very end of it, and I don't like it because everyone seemed pretty grounded in this clown world up until that point. But yeah, I really like the clown story. And the next up after that was the puppet story, the puppet one. Yes, the puppet. So basically, there's this puppeteer guy. He's had a TV show that ended, and the puppet he used on it is alive. The puppet is alive. Ooh. And it's just like I don't really like it that much because it's just very crass and relies too much on sex jokes. Like, there's a scene where he's jacking himself off for like 50 seconds straight while pretending he's not jacking himself off with a puppet. Like, the puppet is the one who's sucking him off, basically. And yeah, it was full of too much sex jokes for me. That's actually my problem with the last one too. It was too much. Actually, the last one was a bit more uncomfortable sex jokes, but like they weren't even very good sex jokes. The puppet he's alive, and there's a girl in the apartment that he's trying to like keep the puppet from killing because like the puppet is on his hand the whole time. So he's trying to like repress it, like restrain his own arm the whole time to keep it from killing this girl that he's brought home with him. And eventually he cuts his hand off. The girl has the puppet now, and then basically the puppet was kept in like this safe, this glass safe kind of thing. So they put the puppeteer guy who didn't like the puppet anymore in the glass jar, and then the puppet and the girl, they bang. They have sex. Love wins. And the next one after that was a bridesmaid story, basically. At this like wedding shower or whatever. I've never been to like a bachelorette party, basically. The maids of honor are all there. Um, like the maid of honor and the leading lady is basically, and then the bride. They're all having a party. One of them goes up to the bathroom, slits her wrist. The other girls find a video that she left for them, and she was in charge of like the drinks and things. So everyone's been drinking the margaritas she made, and she tells on the video that the drink had neurotoxins, basically poison, and that all the girls were dying right now, and that there's an antidote in a safe box that only the bride can open. And in the safe box is two antidotes, so she can choose one of her friends to save. Now, obviously, because this isn't a horror movie of an anthology movie, that kind of thing, they all start killing each other. Like that's the only logical conclusion in this setting. And so they go at it. They start killing each other. It's kind of funny for a little bit. Then it just starts getting boring. So after that starts and ends, basically, turns out there was no poison. She lied to them. They all just started killing each other. And so the bride gets happily married. The bridesmaid is there, and the girl that poisoned them is off in like Moscow or whatever. Bora Bora, maybe. And I thought it was okay. It was just I didn't like anyone. Like none of the bridesmaids made me like them. And I swear, in the first half of this one of the girls had some serious makeup on that just made her look so shiny and sick. I just like she didn't have that in the second half, but I swear in the first half of it, the makeup was so heavy on her, she just looked white, like shiny white, and it made her look sick. I didn't quite like the makeup on her. Second half it was gone. I don't know why it was in the first half though. And then the last one, the one with more kind of puppet stuff, kind of. So there's this guy getting the rights to like an old film franchise, and he needs to go get a mold of his face for like a scene or whatever. And the guy who molds his face has voodoo powers and uses his voodoo to make the face, his face like a voodoo doll. So basically, it's on a chase to get his head back for like the molded head that the voodoo guy made. And from there on, it's just sex jokes. It pretty much the entire thing is sex jokes. Like the puppet guy has like a bust of a lady. They talk about the bust of the lady. They talk about the butts. They talk about he has molds of butts of ladies that he has, and he has Jackie Chan's hand. He's got Stallone's bicep. So what was that? Nothing. Okay. Okay. So and then it's just kind of rapey, really, from there on. Because he got the head. So what do you think he does with the head? What do you think he does with the severed head that can affect the real guy? That's right. He rapes the mouth. And yeah, I didn't quite like this one that much. It was just too much sex jokes, not enough good sex jokes. Like there are some hilarious sex jokes. You can go back in like a lot of sitcoms and find so many of them. McHale's Navy back in the 60s had plenty. But there wasn't that many good jokes in this one either. It's a comedy horror movie because like it's a comedy. These are all comedic in like a horror setting. So like they can have like death, they violence, murder, monsters, and all that. But they're mainly trying to be comedic. And the only one I really liked out of this was the first one with the clowns because the setting really moved it along. The plot line of it didn't really the actors in the first one were also pretty good. The main sheriff guy, he was kind of just unlikable as a person, but he was a good character to like watch because he's like more done with everyone else's like crap, and he's still a clown, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, it wasn't really that great. I wouldn't recommend this movie, and I just gave you like a synopsis of the movie, and I've ran out of things to say about it. I mean, oh yeah, by the way, in the setting, she keeps getting the witch that is the teacher that comes in to teach the class or has the book that she's telling these stories from. She basically just turns into a witch at the end and starts spinning around with lightning from her fingers. So and she wasn't very entertaining either. Like, it was a very boring thing when it stopped being about the stories that were being told. So that was a comedy of horrors. Apparently, it's volume one, so there's gonna be more. I assume like the ABCs of Death kind of thing. I think it's going to be more of that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's going to have a sequel. I guess I'll look that up later. But yeah, it was a all right movie, 5 out of 10. Like the clown one. Watch the clown one if you want. If you are at all interested by this, watch the clown one because it's pretty good. There's a scene with a pizza. Didn't like that. Seemed kind of cruel, I want to say. Like the characters didn't seem like they should do that. I don't know. It was a all right movie. That's about it.